Now watch how I'm moving, cause I'm the investment. All night and I go and get breakfast. I don't do paperwork or confection.
Hey, Booth, hey!
The party that's sending the message. Get started up.
Hey, Booth, happy Feminine Friday. I hope y'all is lit. I hope y'all are lit on this Friday. Happy Feminine Fridays. I am Regal Essence. I am QueenTV. I'm QueenTV After Dark. I'm Life as a Love Goddess. I'm Life as a Laid Back Mom. I'm your Crystal Healer and Dilla. I'm your Ray of Sunshine in the afternoon time. I'm your Hood Therapist and your Past Life Princess. Hey, booze. Hey. So, I'm going to try to let this song let me go. I'm like, please show up. Okay, I'm done. Hey, booze! Alright, so today I am so excited to bring you guys this topic. We is talking about how to unlock your goddess energy. Okay? So, y'all know I just be going through like these changes in life. And then like when God gives me a topic, I will do more research on the topic. And then a lot of times I realize that like these are things that have happened within me that I haven't actually read about or looked up before. It's just I just realized that certain things are like a metamorphosis. It just happens, right? So when I do the research, like it makes total sense, right? Because I see myself very much in what it is that I'm reading. But you know, God ain't give me He ain't give me a handbook, y'all. I had to get this on my own, right? I had to get it out the mud. So today I want to talk to you guys about how to tap into your goddess energy, right? So a lot of times when people are into spirituality, whether it's the dark side or the light side, they don themselves as goddesses and things of that nature. Also, I was doing some research. I realized that there is like 13 female archetypes. Did y'all know that, right? So you can show up however it is that you primarily show up in life. That would be considered your archetype. Because I was doing some research on the enchantress, right? And I wanted to find out, like, is an enchantress a divine feminine, or does she practice dark magic? Like, who is she, right? So that's how I got started on my research. And yeah, and I just realized that the enchantress is a divine feminine archetype, right? Or a feminine archetype. I don't know if I'm going to call it divine yet. God's still dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you guys, today we are going to talk about 10 ways to tap into your goddess energy. Okay. So, number one. So, why is it important to tap into your goddess energy, right? Because it's basically taking you back to, it's connecting you with your soul, right? It's connecting you with your soul essence. So if you resonate with being a goddess, or you've ever been infatuated with goddesses, or were interested in goddesses, or anything of that nature, you probably are so, right? And if you want to tap more into your goddess energy, I'm going to tell you how today, all right? So, number one, self-love and self-care. So really tapping into a high level of self-love and a high level of self-care. So just really tapping into taking care of yourself, whether it's eating better, whether it's exercising, things of that nature. Those are all forms of self-care. We know that self-care is not just going to get your nails done, going to get a pedicure, but self-care spills into every area of your life. Like, I even be like, you know, cleaning your car, that's a form of self-care. Cleaning your home, cleaning your space, that is a form of self-care, right? Because you're caring for yourself, right? So that spills out into every area of your life, right? So number two, second way to tap into your goddess energy is to treat everyone the way that you want to be treated, right? And I remember whenever I really got very heavily into my treating people the way that I would want to be treated, like regardless to how it is that they showed up in my life, I always held myself to that standard of I'm going to treat people the way that I would want to be treated, regardless to who it is that they are, regardless to how it is that they show up. I feel comfortable and I resonate most with treating people the way that I would want to be treated, right? And sometimes that means not going with the natural response of how to handle certain situations, right? So I've had situations where someone may have upset me in the midst of something that's going on. I hate to say situation again, but say they upset me in the midst of like a situation, and I could really speak on the situation. I could really, get into how it is that I'm feeling and how it is that they made me feel, etc., etc. But I may have waited to a more opportune time, right? Because maybe that person was on a high. Maybe that person was, in a really great mood. And for me to interject certain things into the situation would affect them in a way that wouldn't necessarily serve their highest good, so to speak. So I treat others the way that I want to be treated. Also, that can tap into you being a little more selfless, right? You're not losing yourself, because when we have self-love, we know what it is that we desire. We know what it is that we deserve, and we don't settle for anything less than what we deserve. But when we're treating others the way that we would want to be treated, it allows us to put ourselves in someone else's shoes and say, you know what, I'm actually going to handle the situation like this, because if this were me in that particular situation, this is what I would like to see play out for me. This is how I would like for someone to handle the situation, say if it were me, right? And you may not know anything about that situation. You may not have anything to do with it at all, but you know that if you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you can say, well, you know what, if I were them, I probably would want to see things go this way. Now, mind you, we done already tapped into self-love and self-care. So we're not downplaying ourselves. We're not being a doormat for anyone. We're not compromising ourselves, right? But we are tapping into a level of putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and carrying out certain situations accordingly. Okay. Number 3, you want to adorn yourself, right? Meaning, when you get up in the morning, you want to put on things that are going to make you feel good about who it is that you are. You want to wear things that make you feel feminine, things that make you feel pretty. And that's going to be different for everybody, right? What makes somebody else feel pretty may not make you feel pretty, but it's really settling into what it is that you like and what things make you feel good, right? Adorning yourself can also have to do with picking out jewelry that is going to be beneficial for you. Say you're into crystals and things of that nature. Taking the time to actually invest in certain things for yourself. I've always been like a type of person who I've lived a life of like balling on a budget, so I would always go with, well, what's the best price and what's the cheapest thing in order for me to be able to do what it is that I need to do. But when we start to adorn ourselves, we may realize that, I have to invest in myself differently. I have to invest in different things for myself that are going to elevate me spiritually, right? Things that are going to tap into and help me raise my frequency, raise my vibration, right? And if that means that I have to invest a little bit more than say I did in the past, those are the things that I am willing to do, right? Adorning yourself also has to do with, clothing yourself in things that look good on you, make you look good, right? Make you look good, make you feel good, that fits your body type, that enhances your beauty in a way, right? Adorn, because when you think about being adorned, you think of a queen, right? They adorned the queen, right? They threw roses at her feet, right? So that is another way to tap into your goddess energy. Also, too, going right along, number 4, that goes right along with adorning yourself is also, too, adorning your space. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying about, you know, self-love has to do with like keeping your area nice, like filling your home with things that are beautiful, filling your homes with things that really resonate with you and your personality and who it is that you are, right? I remember whenever I was going through my spiritual awakening, I used to have a big portrait, and it was a girl, and she was sitting on a couch and she was reading the Bible, right? And there's nothing wrong with the Bible, right? But at that time, I really, really resonated with Christianity and religion and things of that nature. But then I saw this picture, and it was like an angel, and she had a crown on. And because I had kind of tapped into more about who it is that I was, and God was just starting to like really expound upon what my spirit was like, who I was as a spiritual being, I started to really resonate with just angelic beings. I've always been a person, even whenever I was in church, I always was a heavy worshiper. Like oh my God, like I just love God, and I love loving on God. I was always a praise and worship dancer. I always did praise dance, things of that nature. So to find out that I was a spiritual being having a human experience, almost as if I was an angel that left heaven and came to earth, that really resonated with me, right? So I took down the picture of the girl that was sitting. Let me take this raggedy rubber band off. Speaking of adorning myself, let me get this rubber band off, right? So I bought the picture, and at first I looked at it and I was just like, oh my God, like that's so presumptuous of me to, you know, think that that's me or looks like me. But as I began to grow more and really tap into who it is that I am, I was like, I gotta have that picture. I gotta have that picture, because that picture represents me on a spiritual level, right? So that goes right along with adorning your house, filling your house with things that will speak to who it is that you are, whether it's roses, flowers, things that are beautiful, things that really like just speak to you, right? Things that look good, make you feel good. When you look at it, you feel good, right? You put it up on your wall because you like, for instance, another thing too, like I started getting into stencils and things of that nature, and I found the stencil that said always kiss me goodnight, right? That really spoke to me, because I want to be with somebody that's always going to kiss me goodnight, right? So that's on my wall. Those of you who watch my older videos, who watch my QueenTV After Dark videos, well, any of my videos that I'm filming in my bedroom, you see on the wall, it says always kiss me goodnight. And that really spoke to me, right? So filling your space with things that really will speak to who it is that you are as a person, that will make you feel good, create like a warmth in your home, peacefulness in your home, things of that nature, right? Number 5, you want to tap into rituals, like not spooky rituals, not the spooky kind that the spooky people do, but rituals of self-care. Certain habits that you stick to, certain routines that you know, I'm going to do this all the time. I'm going to put more exercise into my routines. I am going to take spiritual baths. I am going to light candles at a certain time of the day and then pray and say my affirmations. Things of that nature, certain routines that you put in place that's going to help you spiritually and then also energetically. Okay. So number 6, you guys, you want to spend time with other people that also carry that goddess energy. So whether if you have a good friend group, spending time with your best friends, going out, hanging out with other like-minded people. Me personally, I don't hang out with a lot of people. I hang out with my daughter. I hang out with my daughter a lot. Why? Because we're so much alike. We're so much alike. Her fucking energy is amazing, right? And like, she liked the stuff that I like, going on picnics and going to the beach and you know what I mean, like just finding the adventures in life and doing those things, right? So hang out with other people that also carry that goddess energy, okay? That's going to help you tap into your inner goddess, all right? Also, balance finding balance, being able to find balance internally, right? Emotionally, mentally. So tapping into your yin and your yang. So tapping into your masculine energy as well as tapping into your feminine energy and finding a balance between that, right? So your masculine energy is going to be very driven. It's going to be very focused. It's going to be very structured. It's going to be very like go-getter, you know, like it's all about action. It's all about action and movement. Planning things in your life, creating things in your life, right? But then also too, you want to be able to tap into your feminine side, because sometimes as women, we tap into our masculine energy and we don't know how to also tap into that feminine energy, that softer side, that side that is all about flow and receiving, right? Because the masculine side is action. So you're going, you're doing, right? Feminine side, you're receiving, you're flowing, surrender, right? So when you're going after success, you're not surrendering, right? So that is why the two looks different, but you have to be able to balance the two. Y'all know I'm outside. Y'all see the light just changing and all of that, right? So number eight, mantras. Putting mantras in place for your life, right? So mantras and affirmations are very similar. And I did some research and they said that they're different, but like the research, from what I understand, is mantras were adapted from the Eastern culture. And typically the difference between affirmations and mantras are the fact that you utilize mantras while you are meditating, when you're in a meditative state, or you can utilize mantras to get you into a meditative state, okay? So another thing I'm going to do, speaking about mantras, is I was doing research on the different goddesses, right? Because different goddesses carry different energies. And there is a mantra for each goddess. And you will realize, of course, me, you know, I'm such an old soul. Like, I resonate with all of them. Like, I think it's like 8. I think it was like 8 that I did research on. But like, I pretty much see, I operate in all 8. Like, I embody the energy of all 8 of those goddesses, right? Everybody, that's not going to be everybody's story. It ain't supposed to be, right? But different goddesses represent different things, and they each have a mantra. So probably next week, what we're going to talk about is different goddess mantras. Okay, so number 9. Number 9 is you want to move your body. You want to get into moving your body, whether it be through dance, whether it be through exercise. Moving your body shifts energies. It shifts stagnant energy. It keeps you from being in a low vibrational state. If you find yourself in a low vibrational state, feeling stagnant in your life, feeling stagnant and looking around and seeing shit is stagnant, the key to that, you want to move your body. It doesn't matter. I ain't telling you how, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's taking a dance class, whether it's doing more yoga, whether it's walking more. You're moving your body and you're allowing the energetic shift of your energy, okay? And we want to always be raising our vibrations, right? So, moving your body, all right? So, last but not least, and I hate to get to the end because then that means I'm about to leave y'all. So last but not least is you want to, hold on. Oh, okay. So last but not least, you guys, you want to get into practicing self-motivation. You want to be able to motivate yourself to move forward, push forward, not allow yourself to get into any stagnation, anything of that nature. You want to get into a push. You want to be confident in who it is that you are. You want to be confident in your manifestations. You want to be confident in your connection with the Most High, and knowing that whatever you are supposed to do in life, you can be led and guided by your higher self, right? And if you're led and guided by your higher self, then there's nothing that you can't accomplish. There's nothing at all that you cannot accomplish in this world, as long as you do not X God out of the equation. Now, it may not always come the way that we want it to come. It may not always come when we want it to come. However, God gives us the desires of our hearts when we're really tapped in, and that's really our intention. He gives us the desires of our hearts. So guess what? You're not going to desire it if God didn't give it to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he gives it to you and tell you this is the way that you should feel. No, but once you start to really tap into your soul essence, right? I talked a couple weeks ago about journaling and scripting. Those things are very, very important. You'll be surprised at things that come up and out whenever you really start to tap into what it is that you truly want for your life and really setting those intentions to really align with the things that you truly, truly want in your life to happen, right? So, yeah, you guys, that's 10 ways. 10 ways to tap into your goddess energy. And actually, what I may do next week is I'm probably going to talk about the benefits, right? We're going to talk about the benefits of tapping into your goddess energy, right? The benefits of tapping into your goddess energy. And then we are going to go over some mantras, some goddess mantras, right? Certain mantras that will help you tap into certain goddess energies, right? Because you're going to realize that when I start to explain them, you're going to realize that, like, oh yeah, like that's me. Like that's naturally who I am. That's naturally, you know, my vibration. That's naturally where it is that I resonate, right? And I'm going to give you the mantra to help you really just, you know, amplify that energy. Okay. So just remember, I love you guys. Make sure you drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't, share this with one of your goddess friends, okay? Because you may realize that, like, yeah, you know, like, I'm doing some of these things, but there's some other things that I can be adding to the list of things that I'm already doing, and you're just going to amplify that energy all the more, all right? So share this video. Drop me a comment. Let me know what I want y'all to tell me. Let me see. Tell me what things you're doing to tap into your goddess energy already. And then tell me what things in this video that you're not doing that you are going to implement now so that you can continue to amplify your goddess energy. Okay? And remember, I love you. Peace.